My name is Melissa Trimmer. I'm the corporate executive chef here at Dawn Foods. Today we're going to make apple star Danish. First, I start with my bulk Danish dough slab. This dough slab needs to spend the night in the cooler first, before coming out to room temperature the next day. It gets sheeted to 2 millimeters. Then I cut 3 sheets into a 14-inch round. That's where I'm starting right now. First, place the 14-inch round down onto a lined sheet tray. Next, top with 2 ounces of our Dawn Exceptional cubed apple filling. Spread it to within 1/4 inch of the edge. After that, you're going to sprinkle with 2 teaspoons of bakery essential cinnamon. Again, keeping it just away from the edges. This cinnamon will give it a really cool look when you fold the Danish later, and it tastes delicious. Next, I'll repeat that step. So 1 more piece of dough. One of the things I love about this Danish dough is how tolerant it is. If this was a scratch dough, it might overproof, it might take and get too long on the bench, but this product is so tolerant, it'll just last and last for you. Now we'll top with another 4 ounces of exceptional cubed apple filling. You'll notice there's some lumps underneath. That's okay. We're just gonna go ahead and spread it out anyway. Again, to within the edges of that dough. We'll top with another 2 ounces of bakery essential cinnamon. Just like before, staying away from those edges, but trying to get as close as humanly possible to the edges. Finally, I'll top with that last dough piece. Carefully line up with the other 2 dough pieces. After adjusting, we're going to place a 4-inch cutter in the center. We're not really going to cut down, we're just using it as a guide. So we're gonna press lightly just to see it, but not to cut through the dough. Now, using a bench knife, I'm going to make some cuts. In order to make the cuts even, I'm going to cut them like a clock. 12 o'clock, all the way down to the cutter. 6 o'clock, 3, and 9. Next, I'll go in between all the way down to the cutter. This helps make sure that my cuts are even. My next cuts will be 1 inch out, starting here, and these will be the ones that twist. So it's important now that every existing triangle gets a smaller cut slightly out from the original space. Remove the center, and now it's time to make those gorgeous twists. You would think to make this pretty twist, you would need to twist it many times, but in this case, less is more. So for each group of 2, we're going to twist towards the other one, and it goes 1, and then 2, and that's it, we're done. And then bring it down like this. And we're gonna twist towards it now. 1, 2, overlap the edges, and pinch. That's it. We'll repeat until all the twists are done. Don't worry, this Danish dough will proof right out, so it'll fill right in. Once you get good at it, you can do them together. 1, 2, like this. Now your Danish is ready to go into the proof box. After it's proofed and nearly doubled in volume, we're going to put the last bit of filling on. We're going to pipe it right in the middle. This last filling is the most important because it's what really shows you that gorgeous star shape and tells the consumer what the flavor is. If this application feels really fall or autumn forward, don't worry, you can sub out that apple for your favorite Dawn filling and it'll still come out beautifully. So I'm going to pipe just a little in the center and then move around to the outside, leaving a little lip by that handy guide I made earlier with that cutter. So starting right in the middle, gently bring it out. So you don't need too much filling in the middle, just enough for that star. We're going to go ahead and use that same spatula to pat it down just a touch, and we go right into the oven. We're going to bake at 375 degrees until it's a rich chestnut brown. One common mistake I see with laminated doughs is bakers love that light golden brown look. Laminated doughs have to stay in a little longer to prevent it from being gummy on the inside. Once the Danish comes out of the oven, This is what it's going to look like. You'll see that our Danish is this gorgeous, rich chestnut color. The filling is absolutely the star, and it makes you really know that this is a seasonal fun product. Finally, if you like, you can glaze, but that is certainly an optional step. We're ready to serve this gorgeous Danish. For more Danish inspiration, visit our recipe section on dawnfoods.com.